Dr. Davis, while he was a little man physically in stature, he was a giant among men. An old saying that men in our community have, he was a man's man. He was a man that most men looked up to.
He was open and willing to do whatever he could to help anybody without any expectation of anything in return. And that was a lesson in itself.
He taught me through the experiences that he had over the many years that he was here, how to continue to just be a warrior and go out there and do what needs to be done to bring about change in our community, positive change.
Dr. Davis showed responsibility. He showed a depth and a breadth of responsibility that he was not only responsible for his family and for his life, but he was responsible for his community. He was responsible for his fellow man. He was responsible and took responsibility for things going the right way because he was involved.
He loved life, and I think he lived life well and lived it to the fullest every day as much as he could.
3 words that describe Dr. Davis.
3 words I can give you that describe Dr. Davis are
Intelligent,
dependable,
humorous,
courage, integrity, and determination.
So I call it the 3 C's: caring, commitment, and compassion. And everything that he did, he epitomized those 3 things.
integrity, leadership. Those are the 3 words I would say that describe Dr. Davis.
A gentleman. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really encompasses a lot.
and knowledgeable. In the early 1990s at our church, which is Central Congregational United Church of Christ on Bienville Street, he started what he called first it was the Scout Troop, because he had been a Scout, Boy Scout since his early days, Cub Scout, and then up to Boy Scout and Eagle Scout level. And he wanted to offer that program to youngsters, and so they started the Cub Scout Troop, and Boy Scout Troop 131 was his old troop number, and he wanted to resurrect that number. But he thought, well, maybe we can get some of the kids who are at risk, and we'll call it the Good Gang. The word gang had negative connotations, but he felt, well, we'll call them the Good Gang, and we'll incorporate some of the scouting principles and guidelines into activities for them as well. And there have been a few members who were youngsters in the Good Gang who then were influenced to go on to college. And I think 1 or 2 actually then became Omega fraternity brothers.
And that was Dr. Davis. You know, he had that way of understanding the needs of people.
Dr. Davis enjoyed scouting because it gave him some direction and led him to Dillard, actually.
I met Mr. Joseph W. Davis a few days after arriving on campus. He met me on the way to football practice and said, I understand you're one of the new freshmen who is going to play football. I said, yes. He said, well, let me tell you, don't be like some of those football players. They don't feel they have to study. But if you study, work hard, and stay out of trouble, then you grow up and be tall, dark, and handsome like me. And I was 6'3", looking down on Davis at 5'4", 5. It was interesting, and at that point, I knew he would be nice to you now.
Constant striving to improve and to do better, to do something constructive with your life. And I think that worked well with the Christian principles that he had learned as a youngster, with the scouting principles that he'd learned, with his fraternity principles that he had learned. All of that was a support system for him, and he felt that he needed to provide some of that same support to other young people, and particularly young black men. And so I always admired that about him, that he was constantly trying to improve things.
Dr. Davis influenced my life in many ways. In one way, he taught me how important it is to maintain a close relationship, a spiritual relationship with Jesus Christ. And secondly, he taught me the importance of family, encouraging and developing good family relationships. Thirdly, he also taught me how important it is to give back to the community. And fourthly, he also taught me, don't let age hinder you in your progress in life and meeting your goals.
Well, I would like to say personally to Faye and to her daughter that we appreciated so much all of the things that your father did. And over the years, having been in several organizations with him, you are aware of many of the things, but I don't know if anyone has thanked you and your daughter for sharing Dr. Davis with us for many, many years. In my case, it's more than 64 years that I knew your dad. And even though I was away for 19 years, we picked up just where we left off when I returned in 1998. So thank you for your father, Joseph W. Davis.
I tell him that he really left a mark on this world, you know, and it's through his travels, because he was a well-traveled man. If you had the occasion to speak to him, you had an occasion to speak to a man of greatness.
Congratulations, Dr. Davis, as a recipient of the Billy Ray Hobley Scholarship Award. And to Faye, I know that you will continue his legacy in our community.
I met you and everyone involved in the church through Dr. Davis, and you guys all part of my life now, and you're in my heart.
Well, I would like to extend my congratulations to Faye for sharing her family, especially her father, with the city of New Orleans. I would like to congratulate Dr. Davis for sharing his persona and his being with the city of New Orleans. It is so fitting that he received this award, even though it is after his death, because he epitomizes what this award is about, which is being selfless, dedicated, and a strong community servant.